Hi everybody, and welcome to yet another unboxing of Heroclix at 401 Games here in downtown Toronto. We have the Mighty Thor set. It's brand new, and it is the very first set to use the new rules. However, you will be applying the new rules to older sets as well. This is just the very first one to have it included in its starter and have all of the powers optimized on the characters for those uses, as well as some of the new terminology that they're using, including key phrasing. Anyway, we've got Jay with us, as usual. We're both from the Metal Lab on Married with Clicks.
Yep.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You gonna bring it?
I am so excited.
Let's get it! Let's do it!
Back right corner, because that's where the good stuff is.
All right.
Wow. Oh, no.
Were you wrong?
I was a little wrong.
This is a rare pack for me.
I got a super rare pack.
Oh, wicked. So you're gonna win this one.
I got Hela, which is the 53A super rare Under Prime. Lorla, we haven't seen her in Clicks since like pre-carded. Warrior of Asgard. We have a Captain American Asgardian garb, probably from the Avengers Prime era. And we have the common 001 Thor. I'm of course pulling out Angela, because let's not start us off with Thor, because why wouldn't we?
Might as well. Well, I had to lose this round. However, I did pull the rare Pluto, who does have the Mystic Team ability right off the top. I also pulled Bulldozer, Valkyrie, King Cobra, and Sif. Very cool.
Oh, I have a bifold card here. Actually, we have very similar kind of characters.
Oh, neat. Yeah, I also have a bifold for Pluto. So he is a POG generator in this particular case. And let's put Hela forward here so she's there. And with Pluto, we've got a trait called Summon the Legions of Hades. When a character of 50 points or more is KO'd by an attack, you may generate 2 Warrior Soul bystanders into squares adjacent to Pluto. It has that in brackets. And the Warrior Soul looks pretty decent. It has 8 movement, 10 attack, 17 defense, and 2 damage, along with Blaze Claw's Fangs, so that damage value is as little as 1 because of the new -1 rule with Blaze Claw's Fangs, or as high as 6. Along with, yeah, nice super senses, a little bit of phasing, it's great. He overall is just a POG generator. However, he does come in at 200 or 125 points. Pretty decent. He's got a little bit of invincibility off the top of his higher point value. What about you?
Hela also has a similar POG making mechanic. She makes like the same exact POGs when any non-bystander character is KO. She heals in addition to that. She has triple target double target mind control. 9 range, mid dial. She has mystics, reducers, phasing, lots of good stuff. I know Tom's gonna be very happy about her. Although mystics did get a bit nerfed with new rules, sadly.
Well, let's move these guys to the side. You are going to win this round.
Aha!
There you go.
Checkmate, indeed.
Indeedly doodly. Moving on.
That's really funny. I got another non-prime.
Ooh, I got a super rare.
Neat. Oh, I also got a prime. I got the Destroyer, who was the non-prime variant of the rare Odin the Destroyer. I have a character I was really looking forward to, Scourge Prime, and I'll see what he does in a second. Pile Driver, Rock Troll, and Loki.
Well, I got Cersei.
Neat. I think I still win though.
Super rare.
Kind of eh.
Yeah, she's kind of it. But that is a super rare. So we've got Cersei, who is one of the Eternals. Also got Ulick, Stoneman of Saturn, Warrior of Asgard, and Valkyrie. Nice generic with that Warrior of Asgard there. And Valkyrie looks like she produces the same kinds of POGs as as Pluto, actually. The Warrior Souls. Interesting. Very cool. So anyway, I'm putting forward Cersei. Tell me a little bit about...
wow, so Scourge is exactly what I was hoping for in the Prime variant. He's the Last Stand at Yellow Brew version, which I know a lot of friends of mine are looking forward to. He has a cool stop look at the end of his dial where he deals himself one unavoidable, killing him, but he heals a friendly 3 clicks. He has close and range combat expert for almost the whole dial. He ends with 12 and 4. And he has a really cool kind of a siege trait where he generates a special terrain marker in his square, and he gets +2 defense, reduces damage, and can't be moved or placed by opposing effects. So he makes his last stand incredibly, and we actually got the map from that story.
Very cool.
I'm very happy with it.
Nice. Cersei. Cersei herself, she has the power Cosmic. However, what's interesting about that is that she has that common Eternal trait, which is a trade-off. So it's free, which is the new key phrase, meaning it's a free action. Until your next turn, Cersei can't use the power Cosmic team ability, but can use Perplex and Willpower. When she uses Perplex and targets herself, modify a combat value by +2 instead. You'll see, as I said, this is a common trait, so you'll see it in other Eternals as well. She has another trait here, but however, we're not going to get too far into them because we want to be able to move this thing along. You definitely win this round.
Yep.
Yeah, move it back there.
Get out of here.
There you go. All right. Remember, guys, that if you see anything you like in this video, they will be available for sale, I believe, on release day from 401 Games down here in Toronto.
I got Baldur, who's a rare, and looks like he comes with his weapon, which I'm going to talk about. We have Korg, who is another character from the apparent Hulk sub-theme we have here. We have Common Hulk, Common Thor, and we have Eric Masterson, just as Eric Masterson. But they said they were phasing out alter egos in the new rules, so I wonder what
have an interaction then, would it?
No, I guess maybe he turns into it. I don't know. I'm pulling out Baldur and his sword Frey.
Cool. Well, I pulled the A from your B there, which is the Executioner. He does come with a special object. Very cool that they're including a whole bunch of these. It's mostly the hammers and just different weapons that would come from this set. This is Blood Axe in this particular case. I'm just going to put this up. It's not actually the figure I'm going to put forward. We have a Red Hulk, Miss Marvel, along with Thor, an ordinary Green Hulk, and Executioner, as I said before. I think
there's a normal sized and a colossal Kamala Khan.
That's what I'm going to
pretty
put
cool.
forward.
Yeah,
I have a Miss Marvel.
What if that changes size? No, it does not change the colossal.
Very cool though, all the same. She does have giant reach.
Oh, cool. So I'm going to start off this time. So the weapon, Frey, is included with Baldur. Anytime you play him, no cost, doesn't count towards your anything. The effect, it's 7 points. The effect is blades, and the minimum is the character's printed damage, which is slightly better than regular blades, which is now minimum -1 other damage.
That's right.
It's a little better.
Just a little bit better.
He also gets Psychic Blast Pulse Wave later. He has Leadership and Power, Shape Change. He's like kind of a leader character. Not a bad cost, 80 points, and Leadership doesn't care about points anymore. So overall, nice little mix of leader, support, attacker.
Very cool. Yeah. In this case, Miss Marvel, also known as Kamala Khan, of course, her real name. We have a trait which is I have polymorph powers, and as you can see on the back of this card, she has 2 different dials based on color, so a red dial and a blue dial. And at the beginning of your turn, and that's underlined to make sure you understand that that's during that phase. At the beginning of the turn, you may turn her to the same click number on a different color, and then heal her 1 click. When she is on a blue click number, she has tiny size, the symbol itself. She also has a special attack power, which is Giant Reach 2, and then she has a special damage power, which is Think Small to Solve Big Problems, Outwit, Perplex, modify attack value by +1 for each action token on her target.
What are the keywords there?
Her keywords are Avengers, Champions, Inhumans, and Celebrity.
That's a good little mix there.
Pretty usable, yeah. She's 90 points. I think she's actually really good.
Is that a rare or common?
She's a rare.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Less rare than the super rare. I think she takes this one because she's a very cool new character. One of the new Marvel representations of culture's characters, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I really like her character in general anyway. Yeah. So yeah, that's a win for me. Let's move on. Oh, Thor Odinson.
Oh, cool. I think that's a title
character. I believe we shall see momentarily.
That is a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, and it's a really nice sculpt.
I got... Does it come with a weapon? No, just... No. Okay. I have Sif, Hatu Zaraz, White Wolf, Bulldozer, and... Oh, that's funny because I have the Thorbuster.
Oh, wicked.
And it's a rare, so I think my Thorbuster is going to win.
I don't know. Being a title character, it is a title character. See abilities card. Big bifold here. Let's see. He doesn't have many named powers. It's just a chock full of powers for this dial. He's 175 points, and he starts with 11 movement, hypersonic, 12 attack, super strength, 19 defense, invincible, and 4 damage. It's pretty solid overall.
That's the highest point title character ever. At
Yeah, well,
almost
so far.
200.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
It's really high. I don't know how usable he'll be in terms of the metagame, but I think he's going to be really cool and theming. Let's see here. What's his ability? Bring the lightning. So his +1 to his points is very similar to the in Magic cards, the Planeswalkers. Yes. So the +1 to his tokens is Bring the Lightning free when Thor Odinson targets and hits a single opposing character with a ranged attack. This turn, after resolutions, once per turn, he may make a ranged attack targeting a different opposing character.
Keep
So
in mind
essentially,
that
ranged flurry to a certain extent.
It's also good to know we don't have damage depletion anymore, so
Nope.
that's 2 full power damage attacks.
Yeah, I think the DDM was actually confusing a lot of people before too, and this is the trending we're seeing with the new rules.
No
It's
team
quite
bases
simpler.
anymore, so
Yeah.
there's not. Yeah, I just got rid of it.
Exactly. Then he has the -1 and a -8. So the -1 is restore the lost Asgardians free. Place adjacent to another friendly character with the Asgardian keyword. If you do, heal both Thor, Odinson, and that character one click. And his -8, so this would be his big god power, is free for the rest of the game as long as Thor Odinson is on the map. When an opposing character would get an action token, it gets 2 action tokens instead.
Starts with 3, so that's a couple turns. Like that's
Yeah, it's 5 turns in potentially. Yeah, very cool. I think he's very usable.
Wow, he looks very cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that.
Nice lightning effect. Okay, so we have Thorbuster. When he takes damage from Mystics or from a character with Asgardian Demon Mystical, he heals after. And then trait, opposing character with range line of fire can't use or have. He stops enhancement or power. And then a starting power where he just deals penetrating damage, and if he attacks frequently with Invincible, +2 damage, because Invincible is now a reducer that can reduce penetrating.
Yeah, and it takes maximum 3.
Yeah, so that's the wrong side.
Very
That's
interesting. I do win in this particular case, but that's close because the Thorbuster is excellent. Yeah, very
This is on
cool.
a chase again, so.
We'll move it back there. Yeah, just to make room for everybody else. I was so excited that I didn't tell you what else I got in the pack. I got a Warrior Soul, which is Asgardian Warrior. It's a generic. Pile Driver, Warrior of Asgard again, and Thena.
I don't know who that is.
Thena, yeah, she's an eternal armor deity warrior. Yeah, just another one of those guys. She does have that common trait. So let's move on.
It's a sick Thor he got there.
He's amazing. Ooh. Oh, we've seen a preview of this character. That's cool.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, a little bit of Captain Marvel action happening right
I have a Jane Foster, who I presume is probably a medic, Pile Driver, Rock Troll, the Captain America again, and saving the best for last, is the Unimind.
Which is another return.
That's a super rare.
It's awesome.
Looks very neat.
So as I said before, I got Captain Marvel. I also got Korg, Jane Foster, important to this set. Thena again, and King Cobra. I'm simply going to pull out, because I think you're going to win this one, I'm going to pull out Jane Foster, because we've already seen our rare
This
preview.
guy is really,
Bananas.
really wordy. He has like a whole front thing of text.
That's crazy.
He has a bunch of stop clicks with impervious region.
What's his scope?
He's 370 to wow. Not even playing on a sealed event. I have no idea what the straight does. It's way too wordy right now. He has the similar traits to the other Eternals, but he also can use Perplex. An additional time for every 2 characters. Blah blah. Oh my god! This is just I can't even go over what this guy does right now.
Well, I hope he's competitive.
Beefy stats, 275 or 150. I don't know if he's competitive.
Well,
He's just-
370 as well.
Yeah, I don't know. He looks like maybe he'll do stuff. I have no idea what he does.
We shall figure this out. I mean, he is a super rare, and he does have 3 starting lines, so hopefully they put in their due diligence, and he's very good.
That's quite the trade.
So, Jane Foster, 30 points. You can see her there. She's wearing her, I have a patient garb, basically. Opposing characters of 75 points or more can't draw lines of fire to Jane Foster unless it is the only character on the map from that force. When an adjacent friendly character is, their force. When an adjacent friendly character is KO'd by an opponent's attack, after resolutions, you may roll a d6 and replace Jane Foster with Mighty Thor number 17 Thor on a click equal to the result.
So she's kind of a differently good night nurse.
Yeah, exactly. And she comes with defense. She also has a special damage power, which is support, even if her target is adjacent to opposing characters. I think she's actually really good. That defend makes it much easier for her to actually hit
6
with
no
her.
matter what.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, very cool. So who wins this one?
I hope the super
I
rare
think
beats
you
the
do,
uncommon.
yeah, for sure.
Okay, let's move on. Oh, I think I have a title character.
Oh yeah? The more than one set.
Yeah, title character Loki, Agent of Asgard. We know Mike likes that iteration of Loki quite a lot.
I do.
I have something that makes our friend Tom very happy because it's a rare Tyrannus. We have Red Hulk, the leader, and Valkyrie. So it's almost a Hulk pack.
Cool. Well, I got Valstag, Hogan, the leader. I'm glad to see him again. Hazed Zeraz. That's the one we previewed the white suited
the
character.
dude,
Yeah, and Spider-Man in armor.
Wow.
Full armor Spider-Man.
I have
cool.
3 bifold cards.
It's a lot of that. There's a lot of complicated instructions on these things. However, the game at large has gotten much simpler. Let's see here. What do you got? So you've got Loki, Agent of
He has
Asgard.
title character abilities.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, what is he? He's 60 points. Wow, that's defensively impressive. He looks really good with the mystical effect. So he starts with stealth, 18 reflexes, range, blah blah blah. Starts with 2 plot points. His free is until your next turn, opposing characters can't use Perplexity Proc to target Loki, Agent of Asgard, or friendlies within 3 of him. He has a -0 as well. So it's free. At the beginning of your next turn, if no opposing character hit Loki, since you activated this, heal 2 clicks. -6 is adjacent opposing characters at 200 points or less can't use defense powers this turn. That's a little more underwhelming than most -6s or whatever for title characters. It's a nice little dial, consistently solid stats. I like
60
it.
points.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cheap. It's pretty good.
Yeah, Young Avengers too. So.
I'd say that's pretty good. You know what? I'm going to go for it and bring out Volstagg, because I don't know if we've seen him before in Heroclix form. Yeah, we do have an armored Spider-Man and everything else here that's interesting. And there is a mace included in this, which is the knobbed mace, which goes with Hogan in this particular case. But we're not going to look at him. We're going to look at
Volstagg, because he's rare.
Volstagg. Yeah, because he's the rare in this pack, and he has a really cool skull. Should have done that before. There we go. Here he is. Big guy, the big guy. Very close to my heart in that way, of course. And by that, I mean cholesterol-wise. We've got Volstagg, Asgardian Warriors, and Warriors 3. That's a new...
No, that's...
keyword? No, is it?
No,
Was it
every...
before my time, though, right?
Yeah. Avengers move as well, yeah.
Okay, cool. So Warriors 3. Volstagg leading the charge. Charge plasticity. When Volstagg uses charge and hits an opposing character after resolutions, each friendly character. So it's interesting how they say after resolutions now instead of after actions resolve. It's another change in the terminology as well. Each friendly character with the Asgardian keyword adjacent to him at the start of the action can't take more than 1 damage from an attack until your next turn. That's pretty good.
A lot of team player kind of pieces in the set.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like we have only 200 point god, just a lot of little supporty tweaks too.
His 90-point dial is pretty cool because he comes at 90 and 60, and his 90-point dial has impervious and 19 defense right off the top.
That's beastly.
So yeah, as I was saying, that is not a trait, that was a special movement power as well. So anyway, we've got the 2 of them there. Who do you think's going to win this
I
one?
unfortunately think I win.
Yeah, I think he's a title character, that's fair.
Yeah. Your title character is way cooler than my title character, though.
It's true, my title character is
So we
better
have
than yours.
Prime.
I feel like that's like my dad's stronger than your dad in a way, you know? Yeah.
So I think we're still waiting on a chase. There has to be at least one chase in this case.
There has to. There must be.
We've seen 2 brick unboxings, both of them at a chase. So who knows?
Yeah, I think there was a chase in this.
Oh,
it might
yeah.
be in my hand right now, actually.
Who that? Oh, is that?
It is Malekith.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's an unexpected.
We have not seen Malekith in a while. Got another one of those as well.
I have the same knob mace. Okay, so I have the Common Hulk, Stoneman of Saturn, Warrior Soul,
Cool.
Zarko the Tomorrow Man. I have no idea who that is, and Hogan. But because Hulk is close to my heart, and Tom and Jason, we will discuss good old Hulk.
I'm going to make a quick mention about this particular Thor because we previewed the counterpart, which is Jane Foster here. It's number 17. And she, just to quickly go over it, she's 100 points, and so you go from a 30-point character to a 100-point character. And she starts off with Charge Quake, which is now can be single target Quake, kind of like Pulse Wave, but physical. And then she has Impervious at 18 defense. Still, an 11 attacker with 4 damage is really, really good. But yeah, my pick for this time is, of course,
your lovely
Malekith.
Cool. I'm going to go over Hulk first because you have probably more stuff.
Go ahead.
Hulk has a common trait that we've seen on a bunch of Hulks where he gets rage tokens, but he takes damage, and he gets +1 stats, whatever. He starts off, he's under 10 points, he starts off with kind of middling stats, low movement, leap, but he kind of hulks out like we've seen generally with Hulk. And then near the end of his dial, he gets a special movement power, which is leap. And after he uses it, after resolutions, he gets charge at no cost. So that can be a 9 square charge with super strength. So it's pretty awesome.
That's excellent. I'm trying to figure out what this is from before I get into Malekith even. Casket of Ancient Winters.
I think that goes with him, doesn't it?
Does it go with him? Is it? Yes, it does. It does.
So maybe I think it looks like all the weapons, all the chasing weapons.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, he's really impressive looking.
There is the Cask, which is not great looking, but it is something. So yeah, he comes with, which is, so something to note here is that the weapons are free equips essentially. So then you don't have to pay the actual cost of the weapon in order to have them on the character. That's our understanding thus far.
That's what it says in the rules.
Yeah.
It says for sure.
Yeah, okay, fair. So yeah, the Casket of Ancient Winters, which is an effect power. If this character is 100 points or more, give 3 Thimble Winter tokens. At the end of each player's turn, remove a Thimble Winter token from the equipped character. If you do, give an action token to each of the active players' characters within 7 squares without the Asgardian, Cosmic, or Deity keywords. If you remove the last Thimble Winter token, KO this object instead. It's interesting. So anyway, field, his Malekith's first trait is Malekith starts with the game with that Casket of Winters equipped. So it must act kind of like a countdown.
Kind of.
Before you.
The final countdown?
Yeah, the final countdown. It's a $5,000 suit. Anyway. His next trait is vulnerable to iron, but not much else. Malekith takes a maximum of 1 damage from ranged attacks. That is pretty useful. Then he has a couple, I'm going to get into this.
It's a lot of special powers.
Yeah, he's got a couple special powers beyond that. The first one is his attack power. It's only on his first 3 clicks on his upper point out, because he comes at 175 or 100. And so that ability is incapacitate when an opposing character within range of line of fire is given an action token by an effect of character, not equipment, on your force. After resolutions, you may roll a d6, and on a result of 4 to 6, generate a Dark Elf bystander adjacent to it. The bystanders themselves, they're everywhere, aren't they?
Wow.
Yeah. He's got 8 movement with leap climb, 9 attack with Blaze Claws Fang, 17 defense with super senses, so pretty damn good. Right there, and you can see that real quick.
Just gonna preemptively sorry.
yeah. See ya, Hulk. Let's see here. And he also has that damage power, which is on his first click, and his 4th, 5th, and then 8th clicks. And those are shape change that succeeds on a 4 to 6, so an improved shape change. Other friendly characters can use shape change, but only succeed on a 6, so kind of giving them the old Skrull team ability in a way, which no longer exists. It's not a thing. It's from the past. We don't even have it in any of our documentation now. So, and he has improved movement, ignores characters.
He looks very vulnerable to close, but not range.
Yeah, he does. And he's got 8 clicks. He's really good. Well, though he only has toughness on his top.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe he'll be good.
We'll see.
There's a lot of weapons
Great
in
stuff.
this.
Fantastic.
In this case.
That's a big win for me. All right, let's move on to our next one.
Last booster.
Before I get to our super booster. Super.
So maybe I have a chasing here, and it's super kicks.
That would be cool.
Okay. Ooh, I got definitely no picking here. I have Throg. And he has Frogomir, who is my pick. Iron Man and Asgardian kind of armor. She-Hulk, who's now called Hulk after recent comic developments. A Spider-Man with armor, and a Hercules.
Enchanted Crowbar.
That's pretty neat.
Enchanted Crowbar. So I have Wrecker, who's the rare, which I'm sure that Crowbar is for because he's holding one right now. Eric Masterson, regular. Thor, Spider-Man in armor, of course, and Sif. So I'm going to take out Wrecker.
I don't know how good this Throg is. He's a perplexer with pediment. He's okay. He looks pretty neat though. Where did he go? He's so tiny. Lost track of him.
He's still in there?
Oh yeah, he's still in there. He's a tiny little guy.
All right, while you do that, I'll talk about the Wrecker a little bit. Wielder of the Enchanted Crowbar. The Enchanted Crowbar itself. Effect exploit weakness. When this character attacks, hit characters that can use invincible or impervious use invincible instead. The other thing to note about these new objects is that they can be equipped by anybody, even if they're considered heavy objects, which can only be picked up by people with super strength now. Once again, keep in mind there are no ultra lights or ultra heavies any longer. Let's see. So he comes with that equipped. He has another trait which is live up to the name. Improved movement ignores hindering, and then he also has improved movement breaks through. Blocking. Yeah, thanks for doing that. He can't be targeted by opposing characters 5 or more squares away. A lot of that range restriction is happening now too.
Yeah, it's very close, he said.
Exactly. Yeah. And then he has a special damage power, which is we're going to wreck it, boys, empower and leadership. When Wrecker uses leadership and succeeds at the resolutions, each friendly character with the Wrecking Crew keyword within 3 squares may destroy a wall or square blocking terrain adjacent to themselves. We also have his keywords of note, which are Masters of Evil, Wrecking Crew, and Brute. Pretty decent dial, I'd say. 125 points or 75 points?
It's not quite competitive, it looks solid.
Not bad at all.
So Frog Olnir is basically the new Pim Particles because it says tiny, still standing for equipping, +1 attack and defense in water terrain, and now we have ranged hindering bonus for swimmers. That's pretty cool.
You know what? You win this one because it's the Thor Frog of Thunder.
Yeah.
Right out loud. Alright, so we've reached the end of our unboxing. Well, almost. We've got some super boosters to open now, still.
I guess while we have
Very,
a second,
very
let's just say, distribution-wise, I got super rare, uncommon prime, super rare, super rare. So that's pretty decent for a brick. And you got...
I got super rare, chase, and yeah, that's it. And
that's respectable for a super booster set, considering we only got 8 boosters.
Yeah, not bad at all, actually. And tons of these objects.
Oh yeah,
as well.
a lot of them. I have like 3 or 4 here.
Fantastic. All right, let's get this done.
Let's open the biggins. Okay.
This is cool.
Oh, cool. Weapon. I got the Frost Giant.
Oh, dude.
And a generic, what is this, an axe? A spear.
I'm not going to reveal mine until you talk about yours.
Do you win?
I might.
Frost Giant, his retaliation is, he just attacks full damage, 10 and 3. And he has a power, at the end of your turn, choose one, and you can retaliate with it, and then you do it after. Give an adjacent opposing character an action token, or give each adjacent opposing character 4 points an action token. So he can retaliate and then give a token. He has a 300, 200, 120 point line.
Yeah, 20.
That could definitely be a competitive
I think so too. Yeah.
So the spear can't be equipped with him because he's a colossal.
It's generic, so he's not unique.
Giant reach 2.
Yeah.
When this character is given an object action, it may use spear as the held object. So you can use it as a 1-time super strength. Neat.
So.
Oh, combo con. Oh, Carnage.
Yeah.
Wow.
Colossal Carnage. Look at him.
He looks fantastic in person.
Ah, it's just so good.
I've already seen in preview, but what does the weapon do?
It's axe. It's yeah, look at that. It's axe. It's a heavy object. Affect this character's attack rolls of 10 or 11 that hit count as critical hits. Wow. And new critical hits are even better because you can't super sense out of them either.
That's really
amazing.
Wow.
Now we've seen him previewed, but I'm going to go over just the Colossal Retaliation. He does have 300, 200, 100, and a 10-point starting line. So 10 points. Unbelievable. So his, let's see here, his Colossal Retaliation, where is it? Yeah, okay, so it's got the usual verbiage. Choose an opposing character that attacked Carnage or damage friendly character since your last turn. Place Carnage such that he can make a close attack, targeting the chosen character. Then do so. After action's resolved, you may generate a symbiote bystander adjacent to that chosen character. Symbiote bystanders are bananas. They're absolutely incredible. So they are normal sized, so plasticity works very, very well. They have 6 movement plasticity along with 11 attack blades. 16 defense, super senses. Like the number there doesn't even really matter because they have super senses and shape change, so they're probably going to survive. Plus they're 0 point bugs, so who cares? This is bananas. Absolutely amazing.
B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
B-A-N-A-N-A-S. I win.
Okay, yeah, by you. So who actually won? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 5 out of 9, I think.
I think you won. However, does he count as 4 because he takes the space of 4?
Actually, he doesn't count as 6 because he can count as bringing 6 pop. I don't know. I think we're call this a tie.
I think this is a fair tie, totally.
So we should bring up the.
I think it's under here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's the? There it is. So normally what we do is we have the winner bring out the OP kit figure. We've already got the OP kit map here. Obviously it's double-sided, so we've got Bifrost on this side, and then we have, what's the other side again?
Yeah, Jotunheim, I think.
Jotunheim, very cool. And now we have the object in question, which is the adamantium ball and chain. It's indestructible, and the effect is modified speed -3. When this character hits after resolutions, you may KO this object. If you do choose a hit character to modify its speed by -3 for the rest of the game, it's 6 points. And as you pointed out before, it might work well with KC figures.
Or if you have outsiders, or if you just can't be negatively modified, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, very cool.
That could be a nice little cripple attack there.
Yeah, I think that honestly though, there are some better objects in this set in general, but it's still cool to have this, and I love the fact that they're throwing a lot more special objects out there. So that you have some options, especially since there's very few resources left. Anyway, that is the end of our unboxing. I hope you've enjoyed it. You can see more of us, Mike Payne and Jay Solomon, on Married with Clix's Meta Lab every Monday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks for watching, guys.
I don't know what came out.
There's a lot of hair right there.
But he's a lawyer, so he makes good money.
All right. We're recording. Well, that was recorded.